Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and I go by the Bella Fix. This week's video is going to be the 3 things that I personally used to mom guilt myself about. My own lived experiences. Please do not burn me to the cross, but I'm just going to be completely honest and transparent with everyone out there. Number 1, treating your child as an assembly line. You're probably like, what is she talking about, assembly line? Okay, this is for the parents that have multiple children. I had a huge gap between my first child and my second child. My first 2 children are 7 years apart. So this firstborn, this kid got taekwondo. This kid got football. This kid got private school. This kid got Broadway dancing. This kid got the world. Second child, I thought I also had to give them taekwondo, Broadway dancing, private school. So I kind of was doing an assembly line fashion where they all got the same treatment. And that was my own mom guilt, okay? I felt like I was going to be a horrible parent if I did not put my child in private school, or if I didn't give them the same opportunities and allowed them to do Broadway dancing or get into taekwondo. Joke's on me. My second child went into kindergarten during the pandemic. Yeah. So this kid did not get private school. This kid did not get taekwondo. This kid did not get Broadway dancing. And I had the biggest guilt about that because I felt like I was failing them as a parent. But it turns out that this child, even if they had all those opportunities, they wouldn't have wanted them anyways. Because this kid likes the arts. And when I mean the arts, I don't mean theater. I mean literal painting and drawing and clay and doing things with different mediums. Like my child is a full-blown artist. And it took time for me to realize that had I tried to give my second child a more assembly line approach and give them all the opportunities that their older sibling had, I would have failed them as a parent. And my guilt trip gave me an aha moment. It made me realize that you have to treat your children independently. And it took me a decade, literally, because there was a 7-year gap and then up until kindergarten. So 10 years. It took me literally a decade to realize that you have to treat your children independently and see them and see their interest for what it is. Do not feel like you are failing them or you feel like you are skipping out on an opportunity for them, because that may not be the opportunity that they want or need. If anything, putting them down the assembly line pattern will make them feel like they're not seen. Okay? So if you have this guilt, stop it. Sit down with your kid. Listen to them. Actually see them for who they are. Guilt trip number 2. And how I deal with it: having a social life, being a person outside of being a parent. And I still struggle with this. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't see any other way of life for me other than having and putting my children first in the forefront in everything that I do. There are people that feel like they have to fill their cup first in order to do and to be a best parent. That is great for them. But for me, I know within my heart and soul that I was born to be a parent, and I love being that. So for me, I feel like my cup may look a little differently, because in order for my cup to be filled and for me to have a social life, I need my kids to be straight away. Like, I need them to be taken care of. I cannot book a trip, a vacation, or buy myself something, or go out to dinner with friends and spend $1,000, or just do any hobby if I don't feel like my kids are good. That's me. So I will put in the extra miles. I will put in the extra work. And if I know that I have a trip, or if I know that I'm going out to dinner, or if I know I'm doing something for myself, I make sure that leading up to it, or even way before that, I take extra measures and steps to do more, or just check in with my kids and make sure that they are good, or if they need anything done, it's done. So that when I go out, I can actually be fully present and enjoy myself in the time that I am spending out. If I don't do that, when I do go out, I won't be present. In my head, I'll be elsewhere. I'll be checking emails. I'll be making appointments. I cannot. I can't. Even when I'm resting, I'm thinking about my kids. So for me, the mom guilt is so real when it comes to hanging out and having a social life, because you can never do enough. For me, if you're the kind of parent like me, enough is never enough. So when can you find time to disassociate and compartmentalize, right? You just gotta find the time. I'm being honest. Put an alarm, put a physical reminder to set some time apart and do something for you, or get yourself squared away with your normal everyday things. Like for me, it's my children. I will get myself squared away first, and then I'll focus on social life. So the way I balance my social life is I have to prioritize everything accordingly, and I can only do it if things are good. So I know I'm repeating myself and I'm going in circles, but that's literally how it feels to me in my lived experience when I'm doing something. I have to triple check, quadruple check that the kids are good in order for me to do something. You will never catch me saying yes to anything out of the blue. I am not a spontaneous friend. I am not a spontaneous person. You cannot come to me and be like, hey, you want to book a trip? Because the answer is going to be no. The answer is going to be, give me a second. Let me check what my kids' schedule's like, what they're doing, or if I have to be present, or if hubby can take off, or my village can be there to support. Like, I have to figure out all of these things before I say yes to that. And I'm also kind of like an introvert, so I'm already probably going to lean into a no. But if I go, I have to be fully present, and I can't be fully present unless I do that. So I beat around the dead bush, but that is guilt trip number 2, social life. Find a balance. Number 3, mom guilt number 3 is body imaging. Body image. I had 2 babies 9.5 months apart. Yeah, I got Irish twins. And your body needs some time to recover. So not only did I give birth naturally with no medication, and I did it through the canal, I did everything the way Mother Nature is expected you to do it. I also breastfed. So it was a lot. It still is a lot. I ended up having diastasis recti. I also have an apron belly right now. I'm also a plus size woman. I am not a skinny girl. I'm a 2X and I'm 5 feet. So thankfully for myself, I carry my weight well. And I'm not saying that people don't carry it well or that they carry it bad. I just personally, my body distributes my weight differently. And I've also weightlifted for years. So a lot of my weight is actually muscle weight. Like, I'm just more dense. I don't know if that's the proper term for it, whatever the case may be. But my belly is not. This belly jiggles. And that's something that I had to learn how to deal with and learn how to understand that I have to give myself grace, because I do have a child that is on the spectrum. The time that I used to be able to commit to working out, weightlifting, Pilates, spin, and everything else I used to do, I can't do all of that now. I can only do 2 or 3 things. So my body images were something that I had to stop and really give myself grace on. And I hope you can give yourself grace too, because looking at yourself and feeling bad or feeling like you could have done better and you kind of connected to your child, that's not okay. And it took me a while to realize that it's not my kid's fault that I have diastasis recti. I chose to have my child. I wanted my babies, and that's just what my body did. All right. And that's what we're working with. And I do have my affirmations. I do have my self-positive talks. And I absolutely love myself. And I love the way I look. I love my face. I love my body, my stretch marks, everything that comes in between that. Like, there's nothing, you can't tell me nothing. I gave birth 4 times naturally. No epidural, no inducements, no nothing. I pushed these babies up. Okay. So my body did what it had to do, and I am grateful every single day for it. And being anything other than grateful is disrespect to myself. So if you have any body image issues and you are associating it with mom guilt, please don't. Give yourself that grace. Please give yourself that grace. So if you learned anything from this video, anything at all, please let it be these 3 things. Number 1, do not guilt trip yourself if you are being a parent that individualizes your child's experiences. You need to individualize them. Number 2, your social life. You need to be social. It's okay. Find a balance. And number 3, love on yourself. Please give yourself that grace. Love on that body, that dad bod, that mom bod. It's your body. Love it, because your child does not see big, small. Your child sees a parent, their parent, and you are their first role model. Okay, guys, that is it. I hope you love yourself. I hope you are enjoying yourself on this vlog in my YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing you guys absolutely every single week. If you want to resonate with me and go into the comments, please do so, because I love to talk to you guys. I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to stay connected on other platforms. And if you found this useful, share it with a mama, share it with a dad. Bye.